Hello, everyone.
Oh no, I just saw. Oh, I clipped hard. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that is the best way to get everyone's attention. It's just a loud noise that
Screaming.
yeah, it's a loud scream that sounds sort of it sounds almost like a farm animal in some form of distress. Uh,
I love it.
well,
I
so
love.
we're live.
Fantastic.
Should we introduce ourselves or people will figure it out? Uh,
I am Amanda Lafrenais. I'm kind of Iron Circus's social media weirdo.
I'm Andrea Purcell. I'm the resident editor in charge at Iron Circus.
My name is Jose Pimienta. I am the illustrator for Stars Hide Your Fire. I also do other comics, and I may be the loudest one here. So I'll try to keep my
I don't
I'll try
think
to
so.
moderate.
Yeah.
So how's everyone doing? How's it's we got less about less than an hour left on this Kickstarter. So hooray!
So glad we unlocked the enamel pins. I think it looks so
Yes,
cool.
thank
Very excited
you.
about it.
It's very
Thank
pretty.
Yeah, it was great to work on that. I got a lot of input from well, actually both Andrea and Spike gave me some input and some feedback, and also Kel McDonald also gave me some feedback. They'll be joining us later on because they're going around doing other cool stuff. Punching punching criminals and
They're busy.
they're very busy. Yes. They yes. But yeah, for anyone who's curious, yeah, Kel McDonald will be joining us later on. In the meantime, we got these three stooges here.
Rude.
Ooh, Kickstarter party.
Yeah. I don't. I'm only drinking water at the moment, so I guess that also indicates what do I do at parties.
I
To be
have
fair,
everything I need to make the Stars Hide Your Fire drink, but I decided to make an entire thing of iced tea instead. So.
I heard
That's
that.
understandable.
I heard the
Is that a
boy.
tiny meow?
I heard the boy.
Is that my boy? I didn't hear him. My cat is very loud.
Oh,
Definitely.
so I guess we don't like it's. I don't know if it was either yours or mine because I got two over here and
I think it was yours. Mine's asleep under the bed, I think.
okay, because mine are so I have two cats. Hi, internet. I guess you should know this. I have two cats, Greyhound and Noodle, and in about 15 minutes, it's going to be their feeding time. And I don't know if this is common for cats, but mine, about an hour out of being their dinner time, they get very insistent, borderline demanding, and sometimes aggressive, like in demanding their food. So it's possible that for the next few minutes you'll be hearing a lot of meowing and a lot of
Oh,
crying.
how could this
And
happen?
yeah, well, it does. It just happens. Hunger gets that way.
How could this
Or were you
happen?
talking about something else?
No, the cats.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
Yes. Yes.
yeah. I'm hoping that they don't get into a tumble because they also, like cats do, they wrestle. Like they're siblings, like most siblings do. They tumble and wrestle, but yeah, if you hear a little bit of a meow, that's them going, being.
You hear a very loud scream.
It does.
That's probably my boy. Giant.
You call it screaming, but he's not screaming.
He takes after his mother in the way that he shows his emotions, which is to say he's the most lovey-dovey animal in the world until he wants something, and then he just screams constantly until he finally just caves.
True.
I
Oh,
love him so
a
much.
co-host. Oh,
Yeah, that was Noodle. That was Noodle being.
yay!
No.
That was Noodle being very
12-year-olds
much.
shouldn't be on the internet.
Yeah.
But
Wait, you're 12. You broke YouTube's terms of service banned. I'm pretty sure it's 13.
I'm born.
I'm
was it
using
1900? Every website that I go to.
my mom's account.
Let's go back to Roblox.
I love it when
Do the kids still do that these days?
Oh yeah. Roblox, yes.
Okay. I didn't know if they'd all done Minecraft now or not.
No, they
Bless
bounce
them.
back and forth, and Roblox is still
The
a thing.
Fortnites, there's so many.
Yeah, Roblox is still a thing. Minecraft kind of has its heydays and ebbs and flows?
I have to admit, I'm not familiar with either or of both of those.
You're
So
just too cool with your instruments and your social life.
I mean, I wouldn't phrase it that way, but it's. I don't think I'm that cool, but I do have a preference of other of different activities. Yes. For anyone in the internet, yeah, I'm one of those that I'm just not a big video gamer like at all. So, yeah. Whenever I'm in a social situation and the conversation veers into you name it, what kind of it, like what are the what's the one with islands,
Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
right?
Yes, yeah. Like
I mean, you're talking to somebody who plays like Kirby and Paper Mario and like Mario Kart. I am very
look, this is not a joke, this is actually very serious about this, but like sometimes a way of it, when someone asks me what games do I have on my phone, my answer is Duolingo. So
I love that.
That's my level of entertainment. Yeah.
I mean, I used to be a much bigger gamer. I worked at GameStop when I first moved to Maryland, and it's thanks to that I stopped gaming. But I actually I was part of a Left 4 Dead team for a few years, and then once the military and stuff like basically took that over, I just quit. Tried to play one of the Call of Duties, and not a fan of the reaction I got when I turned on voice chat, so I never went back.
What got you to Maryland?
I followed the first meal ticket that would take me out of the state I grew up in.
Right on. I totally hear that.
Literally.
Yeah, no. Oh, I totally hear that. That sounds great. It's I've only ever I've only ever passed by Maryland, and I think that I've spent about the extent of a couple of hours. So I don't know if that really constitutes as visiting. So I really don't know much about it. So
does attending SPX count as visiting?
No, because even though it's in Bethesda, that's way too close to DC. Depending on what you go to Maryland, because it's basically 3 or 4 distinct semi-states, because you have Eastern Shore, which is on the other side of the bay, which is where all like the really racist rednecks live. That's like solid red Republican. And then Western Maryland, which is like Pennsylvania area between like West Virginia and Pennsylvania, again full of racists and red for the most part.
I can't visualize this on a map, so I'm just nodding.
Okay, so imagine that it looks like the state of Maryland looks like Han Solo's pistol. So
got a crab claw around the bay that goes into a panhandle into the mountains.
Yeah,
and it basically goes from the mountains is red all the way up until like the edge of the county, and then it's kind of like quietly racist, systematically racist.
This is a wasted breath on me. I can't visualize this.
And then the city is a gem in the crown of America and should be celebrated at every turn.
Cool.
Best city in America, hands down.
I like to visit.
I have never been to a more friendly and welcoming city than Baltimore, and anybody that tells you otherwise is full of it. Because all they did is watch The Wire and have false opinions. As someone who had to duck under police tape a couple of times to get to my car in the morning, I assure you, the homeless guys were the nicest people on my block.
So we're all friends and we're having a friendly chat, but like I kind of feel as if like I'm about to like embark on friendly banter here, because I am from a city that I consider to be one of the most hospitable, friendliest cities in what I consider the world. So I hear your sentiment. I agree with your. I see your opinion, but I will also say I have not been to Baltimore, but also you haven't been to Mexicali, so we're gonna have to. So we're gonna have to keep our videos like, we might need to visit these cities before we can actually continue this. Before we draw our pistols in this argument,
or you can just duke it out right here, right now.
But that sounds great.
I've always wanted to go to Mexico City, Mexicali, all SoCal. I've only been to California once, and it was for a day and a half, and I had a conference.
Mexicali is a great city. It's not super beautiful. I will give it. I will say that, but like the entire thing about like its entire allure is that people there are just so friendly and open and welcoming, and there's a lot of amazing food all around. Um, the other thing that I was going to throw in, like, as someone who is fascinated with maps and geography and whatnot, one of the things that I find so fascinating about Maryland is that it has state-wise one of the narrowest regions in between.
There's such diversity. There's such diversity. I moved from the city to Western Maryland when COVID first started. We are in the most beautiful, lush, like sweet home, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountains is out where we are. Like driving distance to Harper's Ferry, gorgeous.
In the chat, friend of show Badger has suggested house swap.
I'm all for it. Also, aquarium, okay, Spike. I would say the best thing in the area is actually the Smithsonian Zoo. The Druid Hill Zoo is fine. Aquarium is okay.
I mean, y'all can always come down to Clute.
I do want to.
No, you
don't.
I
want to go back to Texas.
You don't want to. Okay, there are places in Texas, but not Clute. The joke was, no, you don't want to come down to Clute.
Do you not have a good zoo? Because
we don't have a zoo.
Oh, bummer. Because a good zoo can definitely make a city. I'll say that.
We don't. Right. We don't even have a bookstore.
Yeah, y'all are in the sticks like I am.
It's not the sticks.
I was complaining the other day that we only have one museum in my town.
It's not the sticks. It's just the suburbs around a chemical plant.
Okay, so I have a question.
Yes.
Where does the phrase "being in the sticks" come from? Like,
I could not tell you. I'm dumb as rocks.
No, you're not.
Now I'm gonna look it up.
No, you're not.
Idiom.
But you're not. But I do have a fascinating.
Earliest citation of it was found in a U.S. newspaper in November 1987.
Okay.
That tells me nothing.
But what does it allude to? Is it like being in the sticks of like a port, being in the sticks of
the trees?
Like, yeah, like
in the sticks is just a reference to the area where there are a lot of twigs, which is to say the countryside.
Oh,
literally
okay.
It. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
It was any man quote away in the sticks can beat this. In the language of Philander doe sticks, we exclaim, "Let him stand forward to derear," which is the first use of it in the they found.
No, that's great because I mean, like because as I was saying, like I'm fascinated by phrases that are usually, I mean, that tend to stick like and become idioms. And it's like, yeah, well, like why did that become popular?
I fell down the rabbit hole the other day of like words that like are actually like didn't start out as English words and are actually like pidgin.
Loan words. Well, I was just looking at boondocks. Cause
now I'm trying. Okay, keep talking. I'm trying to remember what those fucking words were.
I was looking at boondocks, and it's actually a loan word.
Yeah. From where?
I never know how to pronounce it. Tagalog.
Tagalog.
Yes, thank you. I'm very sorry.
No, that's it's you're talking about the one of the language from it's one of the languages that comes from the Philippines, right?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, and that's where boondocks comes from. It was a loan word from the 1940s.
Oh wow.
Yeah, fun.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah. Like it's there's a couple of podcasts. Yeah, there's like a couple of podcasts that I am fascinated with because they explore both the history and the etymology of like of our current language, and also just like really stretching the conversation into what the definition of our language is and how it breaks in and how it breaks down and why each region has their own idioms and what have you, and that to me is super interesting and fascinating. And also just like same thing of like why do some regions adapt a catchphrase but then it becomes so popular that it just spreads either nationwide and sometimes even sometimes even international barriers. That I think is so great. So, also
when I moved to.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, regional word-wise, I had to train myself for like half a year since I grew up in the Midwest and then moved to like below the South. I had to retrain myself to call it soda and not pop.
I can
now
see
I can't stand it. Like I just can't call it. Just sounds so dumb to call it pop.
I
can't go. I refuse to go back.
That's very understandable. I mean, yeah, like it's just the different terminology, but it's like it applies. Yeah, like there's plenty of words like that, and there's plenty of examples. Like it's really cool. Ling Ling and Zing Zing.
Spike's talking about the pandas at the Smithsonian Zoo,
I think.
Oh,
Okay. Well, that sounds really cool. But yeah, no, like it's if I ever go to Baltimore, I guess now I know that I should visit both the zoo and an aquarium.
I really recommend Baltimore as like Baltimore to me are the 2 hours south to DC. It's 3 hours north to Philly, and then it's 4 hours north to New York.
Mm-hmm.
And then it's only 3 hours to the Appalachian Trail, West Virginia. Like, it's a whatever you want. Just come to Baltimore. It's everything's within driving distance to an American.
Right. It's, well, that's
an American.
Yeah, but and there's also just like there also just happens to be more. There seems to be a better inculcated system of transit in between major cities in the East Coast, which I think
a MARC train that goes right through.
Y'all can come down here for the Mosquito Festival.
I do like.
Yeah, the last time we were in DC, Spike and I went to the portrait gallery in the American Art, the ASSM, I think. We saw that crazy altar. She really likes the native artist. Native artist.
Amanda earlier saying that we should go down for the Mosquito Festival. I was about to say, like, well, I do like getting pinched, but I don't know if I should put that on the internet, even though now it is.
To be fair, it has nothing to do with mosquitoes. We just have a giant inflatable mosquito mascot. It's just like a local fair.
Love that, though.
How cartoony is that inflatable mosquito?
Extremely. I'm terrified of it.
Okay. Like, it's because mosquitoes are kind of scary looking up close. Like it's
I'm gonna find that mascot.
Yes, show us a picture, please.
Oh no. Here, give me a second. I'm gonna try to find a good one. Oh, I hate this bastard.
There we go. Thank you, Spike. Throne of St. James.
They blow
actually made a list of
up and they put him on the side of the road. Here, I'm gonna link him to y'all directly, and then I'm gonna put it.
Let me see this monstrous thing.
The.
Ooh.
Why does it have a penis? Why does it have a? What is going on in the underneath?
That's its like butt.
Yeah, that's its butt. That's its third leg.
That's its a big juicy butt. Okay.
Yeah, it does. That's really cool.
It is not cool. That thing will just appear. Here, let me put it under the overlay.
I'm interested in scale here because I see a tree in the background.
It's huge.
It looks big.
Here, let me transition so people. Here, now people can see themselves the giant inflatable mosquito that they pop up along the side of the road.
It looks like the kind of thing that a lot of teenagers would just run up against and just try to bounce off of. Is that a hat is wearing?
It's a cowboy hat. It's supposed to be.
Of course it is.
Fantastic.
It's a cowboy boots.
Here, let me get another picture.
Are there plushies of this mosquito?
I don't think so. Like, it's not that. Nobody really likes this mosquito. I think someone just commissioned it one time, and now we have it, and we just put it up over here.
You guys should light it on fire like they do that goat in Sweden.
Oh.
Yeah, but then we'll never have another one.
It's not a real goat.
Is this image findable on Google, by the way? Because I know that we're just talking about it.
I googled Clues.
You're putting it on the YouTube channel. Okay, cool.
Yes. No.
I was about to say, like, are we just talking about something that no one can see?
No. In fact, it's now it looks like the cover of Stars Hide Your Fire has like this mosquito on it. In fact, let me replace both of the main characters real quick.
I will tell you that our book would have not improved if it had this mosquito on it. I just want to put that on
the record. I was just thinking the best
internet.
way to like...
Okay, this is
I like this mosquito, but
this
our
is the new cover.
Would have not been better.
No, it would not have. This would not have been an improvement. However, I have made a editorial decision. Here we go. This is the new book.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I understand that it looks distressing, but I will say I like this mosquito.
I hate it.
So I also have to ask because in both these pictures it's a different color. So is it a different inflatable or?
No, it's just different lighting.
One just looks really photoshopped.
Okay.
Like one of those is like someone's like one of those is like a glamour show.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Sorry, I went to the website.
That's cool. It's
a bad time. Here, let me link it in the chat. Here y'all are.
Please don't.
Please do.
Wait, why does it have me as Amanda Lafrenais? I'm not my actual. I'm supposed to be here in the Iron Circus account. I hate you, YouTube. I mean, I love you, YouTube.
Technology.
Whatever. I'm in the wrong account.
That's okay. That's does that mean that we would have to restart?
No. It means I'm chatting from my personal account.
Gotcha.
But I'm streaming from the Iron Circus account. You know, technology. It's complicated. Oh well.
Oh, the planet.
A Badger is asking. I'm sorry. Ned Badger is asking us if the mosquito can fight bug tags and big tags. And I would like to see that. I would like to see that encounter
would just lie down and give up.
I love the spin of whenever someone tries to throw two characters to be like, yeah, let's put them in a ring and see what happens because they're expecting a fight, and instead you would get like a wonderful tea party.
I don't know what Big Tex is, and I just Googled it, and my first link is trailers, and then all of the images are terrifying.
I'm gonna guess that it's some kind of bug mascot.
No, it's a giant cowboy. In fact, I'm gonna replace one of the bugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Is it just looks like one of the pictures is of him on fire?
Oh, okay. Well, I hope he's being safe because being on fire can be painful. So. All
right, I have just put him on the cover now. There, now we have a new cover.
Wild.
Here they are.
Dun, 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 dun. Beautiful children.
Okay, let me go get the Pacific Rim song real quick.
You know, Badger, it's funny that you say that his hat looks like the mosquito's hat looks like a turd, because Amanda said it was a cowboy hat, but it feels more like a lazy sombrero. Cowboy hats have to have like a
it does.
Stetson looking.
Look, I don't know where this conversation is going to go, but I will just put this out there. If that mosquito were to be wearing a festive sombrero, I think it would only make me like it even more. So that's not an invitation for anyone to do that.
Give me a second real quick. I'm pairing them up.
And it would be culturally insensitive, but
I've paired them up so they can fight, and here comes the song.
I will get ready. But yes, it does look like a very not very well made Mexican sombrero. Okay, so Big Tex is just this giant. Okay, that's cool.
That's horrifying. I don't like that at all. No, thank you.
Are you sure? I'm going to make him bigger. Are you?
I like to think myself as a person who's mostly game. So yeah, I want to see these two hang out. Like, I want to see what they come up with. I would even prefer if they're the same size. I don't want this mosquito to be.
It's like we're having a party.
Yes. Yes.
It's fine.
It just all reminds me of that Treehouse of Horror, right? Where they all come to life. And they sing the catchy song at the end.
Wait, which one is that?
It's like one of the good mid Conan O'Brien era. Amanda! Conan O'Brien era of
nothing.
Simpsons, I think. And it's the Treehouse of Horror. All of the mascots in the town come alive. Oh. And Homer steals the Lard Boy's donut, and the Lard Boy tries to take it back, and then all the mascots basically destroy the town. And Lisa has to get a jingle writer to write a jingle because the monsters are powered by attention. Good message. There's a message there.
I don't know if there is, but I love all that premise. And I do not remember that Treehouse of Horror, but that sounds great. Yeah. Apparently, we have all lost our employment. So.
Yeah, sorry about that. It's my fault.
I appreciate how much fun you're having with this with this cowboy.
You know, it's a Kickstarter. We're funded. We have how many more hours left to go? 16K with 98 minutes to go.
Right, like hours is not even plural there because like it's literally
celebrating.
It's an hour and a half. Yeah, we should all be celebrating and
celebrate with big text. Look deep in his eyes.
I think that like it's a big round of applause for well, first of all, to everyone who contributed to the Kickstarter. Thank you very much. Obviously, this wouldn't have happened without you. And also thank you to everyone who participated in the making of this Kickstarter, present company included.
Aww, I
didn't. And it's once they get here, a big round of applause for Cal McDonald, who wrote and colored and lettered the entire book. So that's awesome. So yes, this is a party we're all celebrating, and we're all glad that this project is coming to fruition. Yes.
Woo, comics!
Yes, hooray for comics. It is a good time to do comics. I love comics. Speaking of comics, anybody been reading any good comics lately? I know that I have.
I have a giant stack of library books, baby.
Yeah.
Oh! I just got, we ordered the new Barry Windsor Smith book, Monsters, that Fantagraphics just put out.
Cool.
My husband had, he was telling me it's based on a Fantastic Four story, I think, about the Thing. But, of course, Marvel wouldn't let him do it, and so he kind of, like, slowly worked on it and updated it, and they just released it this year. The design on it is gorgeous. It's a cover... it doesn't have a dust jacket, but the end papers and the size of it, it's just really nice to read.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I haven't seen it, but like there's a YouTube channel that I particularly enjoy, and they were talking about that book. I think earlier this week or something. Think so, or last week. What is time? Also, if I remember correctly, it is Friday, so hooray.
It's Friday.
Oh, it is.
But no, that sounds really cool. Yeah, that's kudos on getting that book. Hooray for Barry Windsor Smith.
We're actually we had pre-ordered it like 2 years ago when it was originally announced, and credit card that we originally used, Amanda, had expired, so we actually got it a week late. Thanks, Amazon.
I'm having fun.
It's somebody's time for dinner.
It is someone's time for dinner, so I'm gonna go. While we're on the internet, the internet is going to be witness to me feeding my cats. So here we go.
Oh my goodness!
Well,
shuka.
Yeah, I mean, I know that nobody can hear me, but they can definitely hear Noodle being demanding of
an angel.
I mean,
as far as Ichabod hasn't come out. I actually don't read comics, Badger. I read graphic novels and original graphic novels.
Wow.
I really love the famous graphic novel that was never released sequentially, Watchmen. I don't know what comic books are.
I'm muting myself. Goodbye.
Bye. All right, she's left. Now now we can run the world.
Yeah. Now, okay. Let the party. No. That's. I don't want to make.
Where's my Jamaican air horn button? I have one, dude. Oh, sweet angels, num nums.
Yes, they are. They are fully engaging in dinner now. So, and they should be. Well, I hope they enjoy dinner. Even though it's very early for dinner, but even though they are very young cats, they eat dinner like.
I'm back.
Hey, welcome back. Where did you go?
My mother called me about dinner and spite.
Oh. Well, that's it. What are you having for dinner?
Sushi.
That sounds fantastic. That sounds great. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I have a. What? What's going on?
Nothing.
Better not.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like nothing.
You better not. I don't like it.
Nothing's
Don't like it.
I'm not doing anything.
He looks like the guy from Anaconda. John Voight, I don't like it.
I'm not doing shit.
Wait, who looks like John Voight?
The mannequin dude. I am not a fan. You know, it's funny that you did that effect. I was just watching Bram Stoker's Dracula last night, and they do the Gary Oldman eyes effect.
I found out
they actually had to paint him entirely, like in a green screen, to get just his eyes on the mat.
Oh, it looks
like effects in that movie are wild.
Looks like Kel's about to join us.
Yeah, we're about to be joined by Kel.
Yay. But yeah, no, Bram Stoker's Dracula still slaps like crazy, and I was looking it up. There's only one digital effect, or like one or two in the whole movie. Everything else, like they made the giant diary that flips the pages as Keanu Reeves is going on the train.
Mm-hmm.
They actually, when the Dracula's wives, like Monica Bellucci and them come out of the bed, apparently they worked with a magician to make sure it looked good. Like that's wild. Nice. I love it. It holds up so well.
Yeah, I mean, Francis Ford Coppola is a great director, so he knows what's up. I do remember there was a period of time where that movie was kind of getting like unnecessary backlash, or not backlash,
very
but just
camp. It's very camp, but I like that.
There is some of that, and I mean, a lot of it. Like, I can see where some of the I can see where some of the.
Kel,
I'm going to use a term that I don't think it applies, but like, bear with me. Kind of like unnecessary hate, basically. And you know, like I didn't really side with it, but like, it's still a very good movie. It's totally worth checking out. The effects hold up. Like all the entire production is great.
Gary Oldman is fantastic.
That too, and the entire production design in general is just amazing.
Okay, Kel's now here. I'm gonna pretend to be an adult. Oh, Snoop Dogg's still dancing.
Hello. What were you talking about?
So, wait, who's? Apparently, we were talking about Snoop Dogg dancing.
Nothing.
No. We've been having a great time. Oh, okay, all right, that's happening now. We're just having a party. The Kickstarter's funded. The enamel pin stretch goal is unlocked. You can still back the Kickstarter if you want to. We're celebrating.
I want to know what production thingies you were talking.
Oh, we were talking about Bram Stoker's Dracula.
Oh,
yeah, it's on HBO Max.
Reeves?
Yeah, the one with Keanu Reeves and yes.
I'll say a single bad thing about his accent because I love it. It's his accent in that and the Kenneth Branagh Shakespeare. As You Like It?
No, Much Ado About Nothing.
Thank
right?
you.
That's the one, right?
Yes, he is in Much
One with Denzel and.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, that one's great too. That's a great movie.
I love that era of Kenneth Branagh. The Midsummer Night's Dream with is it Michelle Pfeiffer as?
Yeah.
No, it's not Steve Martin. It's
Kevin Kline.
One from Big Night.
Well, Steve Martin's Puck, and then Kevin Kline is the guy that gets the donkey ears in Midsummer Night's Dream.
Sure.
And yes, and then Ally McBeal is one of the ladies.
Yes. 1999. Stanley Tucci is Puck.
Stanley Tucci, that's what it is.
Rupert Everett plays Oberon, which gave me a crush on him. And then and it's one of Christian Bale's back when he was doing like Little Women and stuff.
Yeah.
He's so good in that. Oh, Anna Friedel is in it. Wild. How do you say her name?
Dear Internet, go look at that movie. It's great. It's a really good rendition.
It's full of fairies. We're talking about the book. Hey!
Yes. Hey! Segue.
Tied it in.
How are you doing, Kel? How's your day going?
All right. I'm here now.
Right.
We're at 16K, I see.
Whoop.
Let's try to get it to 20K in this last 82 minutes.
Yes.
Dream it, be it.
I mean, look, I'm projecting. I mean, it has gone up in the past few minutes ever since we began the stream. So, fingers crossed. But yeah, we have a little twinkle going around. We have like actual stars happening.
Look at that.
That's.
I'm sorry, I'm fully on Kevin Kline's Wikipedia page. I adore this man. I really like Kevin Kline. I don't want to know anything about his personal life. I am very sorry. I just very much enjoy him as an actor.
That's very valid. That's great.
I think that he does a great job as Mr. Fischoeder in Bob's Burgers.
Oh!
Did not know that.
I'm gonna have to watch this. Yeah. Yep. Now I'm gonna have to rewatch that. I always loved him. I watched A Fish Called Wanda and Hunchback of Notre Dame a lot as a kid. And he does the voice of Captain Phoebus in Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Yes.
And then Demi Moore does the voice of Esmeralda. And that basically just ensured that I was going to be gay.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's
so good in that. Oh, that's right. I forgot he was in Sophie's Choice.
He's also he is one of the dynamic duo in Road to El Dorado. The other being Kenneth Branagh.
Oh, that's
right.
Funny.
I love that.
Oh, no wonder they have great chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, he has 3 Tony Awards. Good for him.
They know what's up. What about you, Kelly? Have you read any good comics lately? What have you been up to?
Trying to think. I've been reading mostly manga.
Those kind of comics.
I've been keeping up with My Hero Academia. I love Spy X Family. I'm about to start Horimiya, which is very cute.
What's that one
about? So it's about perfect, like, beautiful, popular, smart girl. It turns out is secretly surrogate mom to her little brother because their mom is a single parent and has to work all the time. So, like, while she is, like, got perfect role model student outside of school, in school, outside of school, she's like, I don't got time to maintain my appearance or do any of that shit. I'm taking care of my little brother and wearing clothes that are just baggy and comfortable. And then it turns out that the nerdy guy in class is wearing poorly fitting clothing and has messy, unkempt hair to hide all his sick tats and piercings. Because he's a secret hunky punk guy. And they run into each other outside of school and then start to hang out and then fall in love, and it's very cute.
I love it. Sounds like a lot of fun.
It's very cute.
Because we were talking about Callista Flockhart, and you have the Ally McBeal baby. You youngins know what that means?
I only know about the baby. I do know about
the Ally McBeal baby. Spike, yes, you are right. His sick tats and piercings are hot. But yeah.
Been very excited. Kel, I'm glad you're here because I've gone full nerd and the TCM Film Fest is going on this month. And since we have HBO Max, I've been watching all of the Film Fest movies. And so I watched Bram Stoker's Dracula. And then yesterday I watched Victor Victoria for the first time. And I cried the whole movie. It was made for me. That movie was made for me.
Tell us more, please.
So, Julie Andrews, a goddess. Everyone in it, amazing. It's basically Cabaret, but without any of the downside of the Nazis. Or, like, any kind... Like, the... Just full of fun, and everyone's super gay, and even though it was, like, made in the 80s, nobody is dead-named or misgendered, and nobody, like... There's a scene where one character comes out to the other as gay, and you assume that there's going to be a bad reaction considering the character, and he fully accepts it. Like, I was in tears.
Aww.
If I'd have seen that as a kid, game-changing.
Yeah, it's great. Like, it's I saw it not too long ago, actually.
There's a cat breaking through our.
They just want to hang out. Don't be rude.
I mean, I just fed mine, so it's understandable that now another cat is trying to, to participate in the stream. Yeah, so like it's because, up until recently, my cats were being pretty vocal, and present and being present. So now we have another cat coming in, and I think that's great. Yeah, welcome to the stream. But yes, Victor Victoria is a wonderful movie. I do highly recommend it for everyone to check out. Yeah, no, it's yeah. When was it that I saw it? It must have been a couple of years ago. Yes, I mean, oh, that's. Amanda, are you discovering like
it is an internet party?
So are you just finding like all these different stickers that you can put on the screen?
I'm specifically targeting a certain aesthetic.
Gotcha.
We're celebrating.
I mean, yeah, no, like I'm
internet party.
Yeah, I'm not against any of this, but I just I think it's great. Nice.
Yeah, movies are one of those things that I always had a blank spot in my pop culture, so I've been just getting an education the last year by watching TCM. It's the only I upgraded to Hulu Live because I can't get antenna out in the mountains, and TCM is one of the only channels that doesn't have commercials, and they curate their stuff beautifully. TCM, if you're listening, I love you.
Are you currently in the mountains?
Yeah, we're in Cumberland Valley.
Oh, okay.
You're on the Appalachian. Yeah, we live like on the Appalachian Trail, like the very start of it.
I wasn't trying to like. Yeah, no, I was.
No, yeah, you're cool.
Oh, cool. Okay, yeah, no, that totally checks out. That makes sense. Parentheses. I didn't know where you were, by the way.
No worries.
Right.
Badger, it's a full internet party. Excuse me.
Yes, and yeah, Ally McBeal, baby. God, I remember when that was in the episode.
I feel so.
I spent this morning reading about Game of Thrones fandom drama.
Oh, what's going on?
That picture of Matt Smith in the bad wig. It's a very bad wig.
Yeah. They announced some pictures of the Game of Thrones prequel show that's getting made. And apparently one person who is very prominent in the fandom said a bunch of racist shit. There's a black guy in their medieval fantasy. How dare?
Okay, so you can have dragons, but black people are where they draw the line. Cool.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a similar thing that they said. It's a similar thing that they said back in 2001 when apparently there could have been people of color as hobbits. It's like they can't be there. Like, what are you talking about? Like,
aren't they described in the book as brown with curly hair? Like,
I mean, and even so, it's like it's a fantasy world. Like it's like it's what does this say about what does this say about you, person? But yeah, like I do remember that being like it's funny how like 2001 was literally 20 years ago, and we're still kind of hearing the same thing. But I'm pretty sure that sounds like a obvious comment to some people that have been, in this kind of rhetoric for even longer. So
it was basically like the thing I was reading linked the pictures. There is a little bit of discussion about the pictures. Then someone linked this person making a racist tweet about the pictures. And then a bunch of people responded with, I'm not surprised this idiot has this opinion. And then someone said, who's this idiot? And then someone posted an essay that's basically the history of this person being an idiot in the Game of Thrones fandom. So it was an interesting read. Because apparently they've been being an idiot since the beginning of the Game of Thrones fandom, like before there was a show. So like since 1994. I was like, huh.
Wild. I just want to interrupt briefly to say that Amanda, you've somehow created my forum signature in the live stream somehow.
I'm very.
You need to have something that says like what are those the bunny shirts that you used to have at Hot Topic? I loved those in high school.
Yeah, okay.
Right?
Yeah.
That's 100%.
Hello, bunny.
I actually dated a guy who had one of those I Know Kung Fu shirts. Yeah.
I really appreciate this line of flames that we have going on at the bottom of the screen, and it looks like the baby is dancing on the flames. Like this is
this just makes me want to listen to System of a Down.
I found the perfect.
Speaking of which,
the perfect one.
Speaking of System of a Down, has anyone here seen that documentary that they released? I believe earlier this year or last year.
No, what are they up to?
So the lead singer for the System of a Down, I forget how you pronounce his last name, but his first
There
name
you go,
is Serge.
Andrea. I made it happen.
His first name is Serge, and he collaborated in putting this documentary called Truth to Power, which is basically addressing how System of a Down and specifically the lead singer himself have been very active in the Armenian community to bring more awareness to the entire political situation that has been happening over the past few years, and how they have been making that part of their ethos as a band. I've heard great things about the documentary.
I know he had been working to publicize and get people to recognize the Armenian genocide.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Which was finally recognized. Yeah. Hooray! It's finally been recognized. Hooray! But yeah, like it's so they made this. Yes, so he had been working on this documentary for a very long time, and it was finally put out. And yeah, I was just wondering if you had seen it, because you seem to be with that music. So, but I haven't been able to see it yet. But yeah, it's. Yeah, I want to check it out sometime. So
on my book, I have a whole shelf of DVDs that's just concert docs.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's very much my vein of entertainment. I've told this to Kel before, but if like anything that ends up being like some form of documentary or film where it's about a band, I will put it on my list to watch. That doesn't mean that I'll immediately like it, but it's definitely on my list of like, yeah, I want to check this out. Like that is definitely where I get catered to. But yeah, so no, like it's a very. Oh,
we have a new person watching the stream. Hi, Valis KR3.
Hello.
Welcome to the party, as you can see.
Amanda put the bunny.
I did.
It reminded me. I haven't spoken this name in at least a decade. Happy Tree Friends? That was a thing, right? I didn't have like a hallucination.
No, that was a thing in the early. That was a thing in the early 2000s. Yes, mid 2000s, more like. They got really popular around 2003-ish, which was around the same time that Hot Topic. Yeah, that was around the time when Hot Topic was celebrating the 10th year anniversary of The Nightmare Before Christmas, and they really incorporated very strongly into their line of both apparel and merchandising, where there was like this new subgenre of cute goth. And yeah, Happy Tree Friends were very much along that lineup because it was cute animals doing horribly violent things.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's available anymore.
There, I've cleaned up everything. We're professional again.
Yeah.
We have where did you clean this?
I cleaned up our stream. We're professional again.
Oh, okay.
They're still on YouTube. Mondo Media is who makes them now.
There's a delay on mine, so like that's why.
Yeah, there's a delay on mine too.
Oh, you don't have to worry.
I'm still seeing the dancing babies and whatnot.
No, don't worry about it. They're gone. They won't hurt you anymore.
Okay, there we go.
Oh God, Badger mentions G4. I haven't heard that name in a long time.
So Amanda, you read the book recently.
I did.
I'm glad you liked it.
I did. It was nice. I like the colors a lot. Like I like the transition between the desaturated pages and the really saturated pages when the magics was happening.
Thank you. That was my idea.
Yeah, it was a very well thought out process for Cal. Yeah.
It was a really good palette that you used. It's earth tones. I liked it.
I just brain farted super hard.
That's okay. There's a cowboy on the screen again. So for anyone who is this just going to be on a loop?
No, don't worry.
So for anyone who is new for anyone who just arrived to the stream, so we're having an internet party celebration in honor of the last few minutes of the last few minutes.
How much time do we have left? Let me check.
We have 67 minutes to go.
Yeah, so a little over an hour. Celebrating the successful Kickstarter campaign for our most recent book, Stars Hide Your Fire.
You can still back it.
You can still back it, yeah, absolutely. There's still
you gotta grab that shit. Get it.
There's still some book plates available, and there's still some pins available. So go on, get them. Yeah, if you haven't already, and I know that we're just kind of having fun, but like if anybody in the chat has like questions or anything that they want to bring up or talk about or anything, like I guess it hasn't barely been as you may have noticed, we're open books and not and down to.
I will say, this book is being published by Iron Circus, and even after the Kickstarter ends, it will be in circulation. So if you missed the Kickstarter, once the Kickstarter's fulfilled, you can buy this book in bookstores. So if you're not able to get it right
your
now,
local bookstore, request it at your local library.
Yep, if you can't get it now, you will be able to get it later.
Yeah, and that goes for any Iron Circus book that's currently out. You can go to your library and request them, and if they're a cool library, they'll get them for you.
Dude, I've been having to do, for various reasons, like field research, and I don't have any shelves to keep books on right now, so I don't have any books. And I have a bunch of library. I have a 3-foot stack tall of books on my nightstand right now from the library. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them are Iron Circus books.
Yeah.
Because I needed to feel them and I needed to touch them. I'd read them as ebooks, but no, I gotta sniff them. I'm doing field research, man.
You gotta let people. You gotta have a physical copy so that way you can so that way you can show off whenever you have guests. Or if you want to take your books out into town now that they're starting to open up places and that
just have a baby stroller full of my library books.
Yes.
You joke. But I bet that's actually that would be that would be so funny.
To be fair, I legitimately considered getting a cat stroller. If I still lived in the city, I would have a cat stroller.
Now 100%. I'm actually kind of thinking that would be like a little fun cosplay thing to do, is just like to dress up as someone, as someone carrying a stroller. It's like a brand new an author pushing a stroller with a giant book in the stroller wrapped around in blankets, like it's your new baby.
Oh God,
and you're very proud.
Absolutely insufferable.
You have to have like a crude Sharpie face on it though, like a la Plank
would you
from
say
Eddie and Eddie.
Would you, Andrea, Kel, y'all both know me very well. Would you say I'm a violent person?
No.
Okay. Andrea?
You're full of rage, but you're never violent.
Okay, I would run that person over with my car.
Well, good to know. Where did you park so I can be nowhere near your car?
With your baby stroller, with in your copy of Stars Hide Your Fire wrapped in a baby blanket?
Yes.
Yeah.
We'd have to do like a traditional like English pram where it's the flat open and you have to have the person like, oh, let me see the beautiful baby, and you pull it down and it's just like a crudely Sharpie book cover. I'm like, oh, he just born a few weeks ago, still so little. Get those sails up.
Again, vroom vroom. You're just gonna hear my car revving in the distance.
But no problem with cat stroller.
No, I would hit. I would run
yes.
any stroller. I will, especially if you put it in a baby sling on your chest.
Joke, but I was considering getting Ichabod a baby
No.
Bjorn.
If you put your cat in that, it's fine. If you put your brand new book in it, I will run you down.
I'm glad that I've hit a nerve, Amanda.
That book was in gestation longer than a lot of kids I know.
It's true.
It's news to no one. I'm actually not a very big cosplay person in general, but like good to know that like if I were to do that is what actually would cross your limit of like you have to die, Joe. Like,
okay, here's the thing: if you did it at a convention, it'd be funny though.
Stab is the answer.
Oh,
Stab is always the answer.
Wait, where else would this be done?
Y'all were saying just on the street.
Oh no, that's horrible. No,
okay. No.
I was talking specifically at a convention.
At a convention, it's great.
No, I was just figuring on the street, like taking one of those collapsible baby strollers and filling it full of comps and just like walking down the street, like here you go, ma'am. Have a great day, sir.
See, you said street again. You said street again.
On the casual, yeah, that does sound like a bit of an insufferable. Yeah, that does sound like a little obnoxious. No, I was thinking specifically like at a convention.
No, I was imagining
somewhere where costumes are
Okay. If
I was imagining I would be
complaining.
What?
Why would you have a baby stroller at a convention? Because I assure you, I have been hit in the ankles with one of those.
Because baby's got to sit somewhere?
Yeah, I suppose.
Here's the thing. I was visualizing me. Maybe I'm in a city driving around, and then I see Joe on the sidewalk pushing a pram, and I just start revving my car.
What size car do you have right now?
A little one.
I mean, enough
even
to
better. Even better.
It's a blue. I drive a blue Chevy Sonic that I have named Shitty Sonic.
I mean, it'd be enough to injure a person, which is, it's doesn't matter how big the car is. A motorized vehicle may injure.
What I'm hoping is like you're pushing the pram out into the street and Amanda just like clips it and you're perfectly safe on the crosswalk, but the pram just goes flying and like pages are scattering everywhere. You're like Battleship Potemkin, the Untouchables.
Yeah. You know I don't know what that means.
It's culture stuff. Movie. With Kevin Costner in it.
Yeah, I really don't know.
What movie is this?
Potemkin was where it's the Untouchables.
You know I don't know anything.
Oh yeah. It's the that's the one that it's about the Prohibition era.
Kel, tell them
the
I
G-Men,
don't know.
And then they do the stroller down the stairs, which is a direct pull from like a silent movie back in the day. Because what's his face who directed the Untouchables is a big nerd. Hey, that movie came out the same year I did. Palma, yeah. The director's a huge nerd.
Brian De Palma?
Yeah. I didn't realize it was written by David Mamet. Isn't that right?
Did not know that either. Yeah, that's it's a good movie. It's
You guys are excluding Amanda.
Sorry.
No. I just think I don't mind being excluded. It's just you're like, oh, you don't know this. I'm like, I don't know this.
Problem with me is that I didn't see the Untouchables until like a couple of years ago, but because I've just been on the internet constantly for like the last 15 years, I have such an approximate knowledge of so many things. So I used to, like, back in the day, I would just read all of the cracked lists constantly before like I really got on Twitter. And then I don't know if you guys remember, like back in the day, they would do those I Love the 80s, I Love the 90s shows.
Yeah, I used to watch the shit out of those.
Mm-hmm.
I watched those constant. That's how I learned about the internet.
Yeah, I mean, like that's a very good. That used to be a very good source for knowing, like, for learning like an abridged version of pop culture.
The one joke from those
snark history at me.
There are two jokes from those that I remember very distinctly, and one is in one of the episodes they were talking about Stephen King movies. And whatever comedian, I don't remember who, said, I think that, I forget what the name of the car one is. Christine?
Yeah.
I think Christine's scarier than Cujo because if a dog has rabies, you just shoot it. I don't know what you do with a devil-possessed car.
Do they crush it in the end? Sorry, spoilers.
I don't know because I've not seen Christine. All I know is that it's about a devil-possessed car. And then the other joke I remember from those is someone being like, man, movie serial killers are always like something crazy, like, I use the symbols of the zodiac to determine my victims. And then the guy next to him goes, a real serial killer actually did do that, right? And he goes, oh, yeah.
Did not know that.
It was Ted Cruz.
I mean, it's one of the many crimes that person still commits.
Oh, Badger is saying holy water in the radiator is how they stop the devil-possessed.
Really?
That seems...
I don't know if that's true, but I hope it's true.
Yeah.
I'd buy
in my heart.
I mean, it makes sense, but it almost seems like a little too easy. How did they get him to open up the hood?
They lied and said it's an oil change. I don't know how cars work.
Because I appreciate the purple Tinkerbell. Because usually, like, I've seen like in other movies when they need to get the a beast or someone to like ingest something orally. Like there's usually like a struggle and like a struggle to keep the mouth open. So I'm kind of wondering, how would you do that with a car? Like, do you just like crack the hood open and make sure that it's not snapping onto you? I don't know. Maybe I need to read this book.
I don't think you do.
Fair. Is it long? Is it a long book?
All books,
I know that
all
Stephen
books are
King wrote it
long.
while high,
Okay.
and he doesn't remember. He does not remember writing it.
Don't read books.
Is
They're all
that
long.
Christine or Cujo?
Both of them.
Oh, both of them.
Spike's
Okay.
talking about Christine in the chat.
Okay,
yeah, I
Chris-
think it was crushed, right?
Spike knows the
Or
answer.
melted,
It
maybe?
was lured into a wrecking yard and crushed.
I actually don't really remember Christine. I just remember the Futurama episode where Bender becomes the werecar.
That's all I remember either.
I know that reference.
Actually, if I'm being obnoxious, I'll make the honk honk.
Mhm.
That's a great. I love it. Maggio's a gift.
That was a good show. I missed that show.
Well, most
It was
macaroni
good
shows
for
that
a
I'm fan
while.
of. Yeah.
Spike is saying Cujo was what Stephen King doesn't remember writing. I thought he didn't remember writing either of them.
I know for a fact he didn't remember writing Cujo, but I don't think he remembered writing most of the Bachman stuff either.
No, yeah. Which I actually, what was this? Earlier, as of late last year, I finally finished reading The Long Walk.
What is that?
That's the one about the kids just walking. That's it. Like it's yeah, it is. Yeah, pretty much it's like 100 kids are selected to embark on this long walk, and they can't stop. And it's pretty much that. And a friend of mine who's a huge Stephen King fan, salutes to him because I miss him. He's one of my friends from Mexicali, and I miss him a lot. Anyways, he's a huge Stephen King fan, and he lent me that book around the time that I had just moved to the Los Angeles area. And it wasn't until the pandemic that I actually sat and read it. So it took a while.
You had his book for 10 years.
10 years, yes. It's and I told him multiple times, like, I don't think I'm gonna get to read this book. Can I just give it back to you? He goes, no. I want you to read it whenever you have time. But just while we're all getting to know each other here and getting personal, I have a really hard time reading just prose. Which is another reason why I love comics. It's just very hard for me to read prose. So you can guess that why it is very easy for me to just turn away from prose books, regardless of how fascinating I find the subject matter. The Long Walk being one of them. But I finally dedicated the time, and I finished reading it. But that was one of the books that he wrote as Bachman.
When did that come out? Do you remember? Was it Bachman era, like mid-80s?
I believe that he wrote it in that era. Yes, it first came out as in the mid-80s, but then he re-released it as under his name. Like it's.
He re-released most of his Bachman stuff.
Yeah. So and then just said that Robert Bachman, I think, died of some accident or something. I can't remember.
Died of cocaine and went back to his planet.
Time.
79. Look at that. Oh, they collected all the Bachman stuff in an omnibus. Ooh.
Yeah. That's got to be a pretty big omnibus because because those books are not short.
Speaking of not
Yes,
Stephen King books, I was thinking about starting to read The Dark Tower. It's my husband's favorite Stephen King book, I'd probably say. So I'm very hesitant because if I don't like it,
then you might have to get a divorce.
Yeah, yeah. Like, your favorite book series. I mean, I try to. It's hard. Art is very subjective.
Of course.
I love my husband, so.
Okay, the way that
illustrations look really cool.
I really like what's going on.
He's doing it on purpose.
No, I was just gonna say that I didn't mean to take away from what you're saying, but what's going on the YouTube screen right now, I really like it because it's kind of spooky, and I think it's great. I think it very much fits in tone with the book. In case anyone is curious, Stars Hide Your Fire is a great book written by Cal McDonald, and it's about these two friends that encounter the Fae. And, what's going on right now with, like, these piercing eyes coming through, I think is very appropriate. So,
less than an hour
way to go,
left on
Amanda.
our Kickstarter.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I don't know what you're talking about. Actually, I changed my mind.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm having visions now. Is this?
Yeah.
I wrote 7 Bachman books. Sorry.
7. Wow. Okay. That's a lot. Because again, those are long books. Also, Spike in the chat gave us a brief summary of what the Long Walk is about. If anybody wants to check
Teen
that out.
boys volunteer for the long walk, and 100 are selected to participate. They are not permitted to stop walking until only one is left. The walkers are given 3 chances to fall under 3 miles per hour, or however fast. And on the 3rd strike, they are machine gunned by soldiers following in military vehicles that also prevent them from running away.
Yes.
Huh.
What do they get if they're the last one?
Not death?
Yeah, like why are they doing it?
They get a lot of money, and fame. No, just
Okay.
like.
Oh, the Spike's talking about the King book. Rage is the one about the school shooting, right? That's why they took it out of print. I think that's yeah. Also, speaking of futuristic boys, I recently watched Logan's Run for the first time.
Oh,
I didn't realize that it had. I fast-forwarded it through most of the middle, which I felt bad about.
That's fair. That's fair.
We had just recently watched the Peter Ustinov episode of The Muppet Show. So him showing up in it was fantastic. And I had no idea, I didn't recognize him from the poster, that it has the same guy from Cabaret, Michael York. Softest boy in the world.
Yeah.
He's just adorable.
Yeah, that movie is one of those, like, I think it has a way more interesting premise than making a very interesting movie.
It's just so weird to me that the movie's like almost 2 hours long, I think, and like it was a huge box office, like a huge crazy hit.
Yeah,
it's like if Dune took off, it's wild.
Yeah, and I think it was also just like, I definitely also think that for the time that it came out, it was definitely unique. It was just like this,
76, like Planet of the Apes era.
Right.
Star Wars.
So
I bet everyone here probably knows what my favorite Stephen King book is.
Tell me, Cal, tell me.
Guess.
All right, I'm gonna
Silver Bullet? Or Cycle of the
That's not
Werewolf?
its real name. That's the name of the movie. The
I've
book
never...
is called Cycle of the Werewolf and has illustrations by Bernie Wrightson.
Said Cycle of the Werewolf.
Yeah.
I've seen that folio. I went to a used bookstore in DC that was right by Phantom Comics, and they had the full folio. And
I have nice art prints of them. Yeah,
nice.
I have nice art prints of them.
You have Rafer got the Frankenstein print.
Oh, the
Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah. It's gorgeous. I'm so bummed that Wrightson's gone. I love his work.
So what is the Cycle of the Werewolf about? I mean,
it's about a werewolf.
A werewolf on its menstrual cycle.
Yeah, but like, I mean, that's.
Yeah, I can tell exactly Spike's delay because she guessed Pet Cemetery and then just posted, oh, of course. Cycle of the Werewolf follows a small town, and it's like each chapter is that month's full moon and what happens.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay.
And the main character is a kid in a wheelchair, so it's a kid in a wheelchair versus a vicious werewolf. It's great.
That's the clip that is it Paul Rudd uses it to announce all of his movies? The wheelchair going off the cliff. Is that from Mac and Me? I can never remember.
I think that's from Mac and Me. This is one of the only things I know.
I'm sure you know other movie things.
I don't remember who the villain is in the movie. I remember being very scared of him when I saw it as a kid. Yeah, it's Busey.
Fear is healthy.
Right? It's got one of the Coreys in it.
Feldman?
Yeah, Corey Haim's in Silver Bullet.
Oh, okay.
Was Cycle of the Werewolf released as like a
As a
volume?
novella, it was a novella that has art on every chapter, like title page.
Yeah, like Dark Tower. I know when I first read Green Mile, it was in the single volumes.
I'm just contributing to the horror.
See what you're doing, and I'm specifically on another
And
screen.
you're triumphing in it, because wow, okay. See, I click away for a second, and I come back, and suddenly it just looks like YouTube has been possessed.
Good.
Okay. All right.
Favorite thing about Pet Sematary, since Spike brought it up in the chat, is that a song "Sheena is a Punk Rocker" plays in it. I think they did like a Ramones tribute to it.
Badger says the stream.
We're just having a party. We're just having an internet party.
Badger says the stream is turning into an ARG horror experience. Hey, Kel, that artist? Who's that artist you just shared with us?
That's Bernie Wrightson.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta look that up. If they're who I think they are, how do you spell it?
Okay.
It's BERNI.
Okay, I think I found it.
Sometimes it has an E, and then it's WRISTION, I think. We have
my
some of his
mom
stuff.
used to have. If he's who I think, yep, my mom used to have a bunch of werewolf prints by him.
He's local to Texas. I'm not surprised.
They were displayed in. They were like displayed in her office.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
They're signed. Some of those can be kind of expensive because the Cycle of the Werewolf stuff is really sought after. I don't think she has
them anymore. The same person who took my Ghost in the Shell DVD took them as well.
Oh wow, what a monster.
Yeah.
They were the real monster, not what we're saying.
Yeah. Wherever you are.
I have nice art prints of every Cycle of the Werewolf illustration. So
nice.
You get them signed or just pick them up?
No, I just have them.
I
keep meaning to get I keep meaning to get Bernie Wrightson's illustrated Frankenstein.
It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I had a copy of that book. So it's
I also really recommend the follow-up he did with Steve Niles that came out through IDW, Frankenstein Alive, which is more of like a traditional sequential rather than the Frankenstein that he did, which is just illuminated.
Yeah. I mean, it's fine. I don't need Frankenstein the graphic novel. Frankenstein the actual book is pretty good.
Yes, it is.
A friend found a copy for me at a used bookstore that didn't have a dust jacket, and it was still like almost $30.
I mean, it's a heavy book.
Yeah.
It's not though. It's like thumb thickness.
Well, Amanda, if your mom still has those werewolf prints, I'll take them.
No. My mom loved them. My mom loves werewolves.
Oh, Andrea, you don't know this. Amanda's mom is me when I was 10.
Oh, bless.
Have you not seen the werewolf and wolf sculptures that I have been told?
Right.
I've been told are quote end quote my inheritance.
Yeah,
I do remember that.
Like Amanda's mom buys these really like these wildlife statues of wolves that you can buy in like kitschy tourist places in Maine.
Like mall ninja stores?
Yeah. And I bought a bunch of those when I was like 10 or 11 and then was like I don't care enough about these to continue this. But Amanda's mom kept going.
Oh, we have so many wolves and they're all mine. Someday.
So I don't know if you ever saw the movie Heavy Metal from the 80s, the animated one.
Oh yeah, totally.
To music person. Wrightson did the Captain Stern segment in the middle.
Oh, nice. Yeah,
Which is one of my favorite segments.
That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, that movie. Goodness gracious.
I love. We actually just found. We completed our Devo album we were missing.
Give you
because,
one
45
quick
was
second.
Oh, that's fine. Just so lonely out here. No one wants to talk about music.
I don't.
I also don't.
I'm a loser. and I don't know anything. Please don't make me betray myself and reveal how little I know.
No, you're fine.
Please, I'm stupid. I only listen to pop music.
Pop music's great.
I love pop music.
Popular music is popular music for a reason. It
exactly.
slaps.
It's
just listening
dancing.
to ABBA the other day. Yeah. I've been
it's still.
No win.
I like, Amanda, that you can see our icons, so you can see that mine is swearwolves and
yes.
Fuck you.
So good.
Swearwolves for life.
Yep.
Can't wait for the next season of What We Do in the Shadows. So excited.
I really need Taika Waititi to continue the sequel to What We Do in the Shadows, We're Wolves.
I know. Well, he ended up doing, they did that spin-off with the police.
Yeah, but that's not werewolves.
I know.
I did watch Wellington Paranormal, and the funniest thing about it is that it is implied to all be completely unofficial.
Love
like
that.
Their boss lies to them. Their boss tells them it's a secret organization, but their like secret meetings are in the supply closet.
Oh, Jermaine Clemic was part of it. It makes perfect sense. Yeah, we just burned through all of the Muppet Show, so we need a new show to watch.
Oh, you should watch MTV's Teen Wolf. It's like a shonen anime, but live action.
You know what? I think I'm gonna pass, but thanks, buddy.
Listen, the power of friendship makes you a better werewolf.
I can barely do the soap opera of Twin Peaks. I can't.
See, it's not a soap opera. It's a shonen anime. It's all about the power of friendship making them better werewolves.
No. Just feel very gross. They're all very attractive and very young in that.
They're all adults. They're all 20-year-olds pretending to be teenagers.
Yeah, that doesn't really. That's
No, for werewolves, they're very hairless.
That's true.
But that's also what makes it a great disguise.
But Andrea, did you know that in the Teen Wolf lore, if you're an asshole with no friends that's bit by a werewolf, you instead turn into a lizard monster that only true love can save?
Wait, what? Where did that lore come from?
Teen Wolf.
From Teen Wolf.
Lizard monster? No. What kind of lizard monster? Like, is it
a lizard monster?
Are we talking like an iguana or like a lizard, like a Komodo dragon? Because if I turned into a Komodo dragon, I'd stay. All I want is like a warm rock and some
the lizard monster doesn't really have a snout, so it's kind of hard to tell what type of lizard they're going for.
I'm just gonna Google Teen Wolf lizard. Very confused.
It's called a kenema, is the name that they came up with it.
Is that a term that derives from is that a word that derives from something?
I don't think so.
How do you spell that? Kenema?
Kanima, according to Google. Ew, he looks like the Killer Croc, the DC guy. That is not attractive.
Yeah. That's why true love has to save him from being this unattractive.
Okay.
Why can't it ever be true love of yourself? Like, I don't want to rely on anybody else. I love myself.
That's how Scott Pilgrim succeeded.
Yeah, but.
And Roscoe's asking, what if I want to be a cool lizard monster? Then don't find true love. That's the answer.
Live your best life.
Yeah, you did it. Embrace your new gift.
Ichabod. Boys, come join us.
Boy.
Party buddy.
Oh, okay. Here we go. So the Kanima, sometimes known as Ganaima, is a South American myth that involves a shapeshifter in the form of a were-jaguar.
Ooh.
But that's a different thing. That's
also
in Teen Wolf.
Right, but like it's, I was just going off of the name, so like it's so
like I don't think Amazing Stories is streaming anywhere. Gen Xer, that's right, buddy.
Yeah, because I was kind of curious I was kind of curious into like why they named that someone who turns into a lizard a canema, because I have no idea what that word is, and I'm wondering if it came from somewhere, and apparently it comes from. It's like a were-jaguar, but now you're also saying like no, that's something completely different. So
which is also in Teen Wolf.
Which is also both.
Yeah.
Oh, so both are referred as canema. Okay, so maybe Teen Wolf is just...
The were-jaguars get called something else.
Oh, okay.
Adam Russo in the chat says, "Wasn't that the story of Evangelion?"
Yes, it was.
I also agree with Badger. All I want is a giant I seriously don't care how weird it is. I want like an 8-foot circle of sandstone that I can put on a roof and just lay on.
Look at that cube.
Amanda, is that you on in your Sonic?
Look at that cube paws on.
That's me and my Chevy Sonic coming to run you down.
I will say one thing I appreciated about MTV's Teen Wolf is rather than like upping the power levels and getting some power creep going on like another bunch of other supernatural shows, they were like, here's a new shapeshifter. It's not necessarily stronger than the other shapeshifters, it's just new, so they have to figure out how to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
So they get the lizard. Huh?
Nope. Come on, tell me about your lizard.
Well, they get the lizard monster, and then they get were-jaguars, and then they get kitsune, and then they get I forget what else, but it was basically they just kept going with different shapeshifters.
Cool. I was just gonna say my dyslexia on Badger's comment. I definitely did not read that as were-odiles. O was not in that spot.
Curse of the Were-Odile is a very good episode of Venture Brothers.
Did they bring that back? Right?
No, I heard it was just canceled.
Yeah, so it is over.
Oh, they did the final season. I only watched a little bit of Venture Brothers, but I
the season that aired most recently became the final season.
That's right.
Right.
Urbanek? Guy who did Venture Brothers. I only know him from Difficult People, and he's very cute. I like the way he says things. There's a whole thing on Difficult People where he calls the person he's dating like, "Hello, my little muffin of joy," and just weird like, "What are you doing now, poop noodle?"
Just very off-center type of pet names, basically.
Mm-hmm. And he never uses the same one twice.
Mm.
It's in the Dr. Venture voice, which I guess is closest to his regular voice, so it's just...
He was also on Teen Wolf.
Urbiak was?
Yes, he was. He was going to kill all the Teen Wolves during the SATs.
Yeah, alright. Was he like a sad teacher guy? I can see him being cast as that.
He was an assassin that infiltrated the school to murder all the Teen Wolves during the SATs.
I don't believe you. Seriously? I'm gonna Google it.
I'm lying. Teen Wolf is a ridiculous show. I told you it's a shonen anime, but live action.
Teen Wolf. Oh shit! Alright. Yeah, weaponized? Oh my god, he's so clean in it. Who gave him hair gel? God bless.
Probably the pharmacy or wherever he got the hair.
Bless. He plays the chemist? Simon? Is he two different characters?
No, that's his, like, assassin code name.
Mm.
Oh, adorable. The chemist.
Rat-a-tat-tat.
You think about it. Oh my god.
Oh,
What
you know what else you could watch, Andrea?
Urbania? Thank you, Badger.
Andrea, you could watch The Order.
I remember you telling me about that one. Have you watched Shadow and Bone yet? I see that one on my Netflix.
I did watch Shadow and Bone. I have thoughts.
Yeah.
Very like teen drama, right? Like YA fantasy stuff?
It's not really. It's kind of like when you say teen drama.
From the Trixie and Katya video.
Okay, so like when you say teen drama, like I picture something different with like a lot of love triangles and changing relationship statuses, like more fluid, whereas like Shadow and Bone is like there's the good guy love interest and the bad guy love interest, and that's kind of it.
Sort of like a Hunger Games or what is it, the Moving City one that Peter Jackson produced the movie of? Kind of stuff. It almost felt like
it's supposed to be a fantasy world that's based on 1800s Russia.
Okay. Why is it called Shadow and Bone?
Because there is a big evil shadow thing that is splitting their country in half.
Okay.
And there's monsters in it. So one of the big dilemmas is like they don't have a way to get resources from one side of the country to the other because there's this giant slice of darkness basically in the middle of their country. It gets called the Fold. And there's like weird dinosaur monster pterodactyl things in the Fold that will eat you.
Monsters, right?
Huh?
Like pitch black monsters.
They're like I say pterodactyl because they're like pterodactyl size. You don't really get a super good look at them because they attack in the darkness and they just
the shadow. The shadow part of the name.
So that's the shadow part. And then Bone is like they find out that there are like these magical animals, and if you like kill one, you can like make your magic powers stronger. And like there's stuff about like the bone of this deer that the main character and the villain hunt down. Or you could say bone as in bonin.
Ooh.
I see. I see. See what you did there.
Yeah.
See what you did there.
Yeah, I don't think I will say that.
So yeah.
Okay.
It was fun. I'll probably keep watching it.
Okay. Oh, you finished the whole season?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like not the main characters a lot. Because apparently, I looked this up afterwards, because I had questions about some of the decisions that were made in the show. While digging into finding answers, I was, found out that the characters I really liked are not actually in the book. Because, so the book is like a trilogy, but it did so well that the author then like did a sequel trilogy that takes place like 5 years later, and all the characters I like are apparently only in the sequel trilogy and not in the trilogy that is getting adapted into the Netflix show right now. But I guess the creators of the show were like, everyone likes these guys, just throw them in.
They fit?
They don't really affect the plot, but they are entertaining to watch. They're kind of spinning their wheels. So finding out that they're not actually in the book that's getting adapted currently made me be like, that makes all their decisions make slightly more sense.
All right, we've got a countdown timer now.
I was just going to say, less than a half an hour.
Whoop, whoop.
Woo!
Check and see how our backer levels are doing. Sorry if I'm echoing. Let's see.
I put a countdown timer on the YouTube.
9 book plate level left.
I thought it was 8.
9 out of 100 according to this, and we have 68 of the book plate and pin level. We got plenty of room if folks want the cool stuff we're putting out.
I better get a pin just because I'm special.
Well, there's still a couple left, so pretty sure you can keep one.
Better.
What do you think?
Anyone buy our book?
Yeah. Get a copy of this one.
Chicago's largest comic publisher.
Andrea says from a distance.
Money to get out of this place.
It's for Chicago's largest publisher.
I'm trying to I have to brush the cat, or else he'll get mouthy. So I'm hooked up with my headphones to my laptop with my snowball bike next to it, and I've been circling. Sorry, I had to brush the cat. I've just been circling my mic in the middle of the room while attached to my headphones. Isn't that right, buddy? You're gonna have to come within reach now.
Can I just say, I know it's probably a good thing that no, actually, I would revise. It's definitely
Sorry, yes, Midwest.
It's definitely a good thing that SPX is not happening because we're not ready yet. However, I wish it was happening.
If you got your shot and you got a mask and you're willing to come to DC, I am more than happy to take y'all around to every Smithsonian.
I don't want to go to the Smithsonian.
I do.
I want to sit on your sofa and pet your cat.
Oh, yeah, you can watch Ichabod while we go down to DC.
There we go.
He gets anxious if he gets
I'll babysit the boy.
Hear that, buddy?
I'll console the boy.
I've never been to DC, and I'm really curious to go and check it out, actually.
I'm a weirdo. I just...
I hope it becomes a state.
Yeah.
The only museums I like
are decided to go with Frederick Douglass for the... They don't have to change the branding on anything.
Museums I like to go to are the ones that have the hands-on kid stuff.
Kids on hand stuff?
Hands-on kid stuff. The kid stuff where you can, like... play with like the pendulum
and stuff.
Yeah, you can play.
Okay, cool.
You can play on the. You can play with the pendulum, and you can like goof off with the weird stuff that demonstrates physics. That shit, I like that shit. I don't want to stare at paintings.
The only year I went to PAX East, I went to the Boston Science Museum, and I highly recommend it. But unfortunately, I have a really intense fear of taxidermy, and there's an entire section of it where it's you have to walk through glass corridors of dead animals, and I about passed out from my panic attack. So
oh no,
what is it about taxidermy that kind of gets it? Yeah.
It's anything that should be moving but isn't. It just makes me incredibly anxious because it could start moving at any time. I know it won't. I know it's not real, but my brain refuses to comprehend. There's a scene in Evil Dead 2 where the taxidermy deer head starts laughing at the main character, and it scarred me pretty bad because I grew up in a hunting community, so there were deer heads everywhere.
Yeah, I had a friend whom I was hanging out with. This is a few years back. I think it was like 2013, 2014 or something. I honestly can't remember. But yeah, same thing. Like we went to the Natural History Museum here in Los Angeles, and we got to the section where there's all these taxidermy animals, and yeah, he was like, I can't be here. Like it
just freaks me out. I don't like. They're dead. They're dead. They should be in the ground. Shouldn't be on display like that. That's creepy.
They don't. It's they don't wig me out. I think my problem is they're always just, even really good ones. There's always something slightly off about them that makes them look stupid. Like there's always. I mean, they're dead or not alive, so I guess it makes sense. But no matter how good they are, there's something about them that just yells, "No thoughts, head empty."
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that's I guess why they don't freak me out, because I'm just like,
I mean, I like them, but also, yeah, like I don't know, maybe they were like in a different action pose. If they were doing something, if they were in the middle of a dynamic pose, or like it's, or they look like they were about to catch a prey or something, or about to eat.
I think it might be scale a little bit too, because I don't like. There's an elephant at the entrance of the National History Museum that it's too big, don't like it. And then I don't know if y'all have ever seen...
taxidermy must be very difficult.
Weird. I would assume the skin just like crumbles. But there's I don't know if y'all have ever seen a bison in real life. Those bastards are big.
Yeah.
Like the size of like elk-sized big.
Yep, they big.
Just Don't like it. Too big. Too big.
I've only tasted
makes me want to ride them.
I have to wonder if, like, one of my genetic ancestors was killed by megafauna just one too many times. You know? The ancestor that I'm from is the only one left alive.
You saying makes me want to ride them. That just makes me think of, in Breath of the Wild, the one thing that I looked up in a strategy guide is what animals can I and can't I ride? Because I finally got fed up and annoyed by getting murdered every time I tried to ride a moose or a rhinoceros. And it's like,
you not ride those?
No, you can't. It's a bummer.
That is a bummer. That seems like a missed opportunity.
You can ride a bear, but you can't ride the moose? What's wrong with this game?
Yeah.
To be fair, a moose is more deadly than a bear, in my opinion.
I mean...
Don't fuck with a moose. They eat orcas. Or orcas eat them? I don't remember. They're in the water.
Wait.
I'm Googling, because I've had...
Did you say... I was half listening, but did you say moose eat orca?
Moose, orca. I think it's the other way around.
Yeah,
I think that might be the other way around. I don't think a moose can eat an orca.
Orcas are a natural predator of moose.
Okay, well, a whale can eat a moose, but like that has nothing to do with whether or not you can get on the back of one.
I don't know. I just megafauna wigs me out.
Whereas I'm on the opposite side
of
that.
Would be very cool.
And I'm on the opposite side of that. Like, I love megafauna. Just like anything that is gigantic, any kind of animal that is gigantic. I'm like, yes, you should be in charge of the planet. That's amazing.
Oh, cool.
Like for instance,
that's training North American megafauna.
So there's something very commonly done in my home state, which is to go from my home state is a peninsula. So, and there's something very commonly done that is to go from the Pacific side of the peninsula into the Gulf side of the peninsula, and you're just walking through the desert, and it's great. It's like a 3-day hike, and it's amazing. Anyways, towards the end of the journey, you end in this little bay town where one of the attractions that the locals do is that the Gulf has attracted whale sharks. So one of the attractions that people in the bay do is that they'll take you on a little boat into the water. You can actually see the whale shark, and you can swim with it. And they give you like the rules, like, hey, look, this is you're in the wild. Like this is an animal that we want to be respectful to. Like, don't do anything like stupid or anything.
Don't fuck with its house. You wouldn't like it if it fucked with your house.
Basically. And also, like, whale sharks they're not aggressive. Like they're just beautiful, huge animals. But when I went to when I was doing it, like, and I'm trying to see this animal, like, I was also very fascinated with just how gigantic it is, but also how my first reaction was one of, oh, I got this big, I got to get out of the water. So, because like that makes sense. Like that is a huge animal that, like, even if I know any better, like my knee-jerk reaction is to get away from it. But no, like it's just this gigantic thing, and it's a magnificent creature that is just a beauty to look at. Anyways, that's it. That's my story. And then I found $5. That's
nice. Those videos of like blue whales breaching around people's boats. That sea monsters.
Oh, I love that.
They are beautiful animals. Sea monsters. I was just looking up, actually, speaking of water megafauna, there was a sturgeon that was caught like maybe 20 miles from where I grew up. That was 6 feet 10 inches and is assumed to be over 100 years old. Like, that's the stuff that I grew up with, is sea monsters. Because living off of the Lake Huron and like the Detroit River, there are monsters down there, and it's terrifying. And fish are gross. Sorry, fish.
No, that's okay. I mean, like, the way that I can, like, just kind of throwing in there, like, another thing of, like, because again, like, the Baja Peninsula is also, like, at the very tip at the very last bit of the northern region of the peninsula is around a place called Guerrero Negro, and that is also kind of like a bay area, and that is usually the the nesting ground for where a lot of gray whales come in, because gray whales do their whole march of like they're up over by Alaska and then they swim all the way to the south in order to have their creatures kind of thing. Anyways, it's a whole thing. But like one of the tourist attractions that is locally accepted, although for obvious reasons somewhat controversial depending on who you ask, is that locals will take you out on a boat out into the water, and you can actually like pet the gray whales and just see like these gigantic creatures just hanging out, and that's it is part of like a tourist attraction. But now I know that you're not interested in that.
Well, it would be. It's
intimidating
not the
for sure.
Bother me. It's just like it's the don't have a fear of heights really. I have a fear of depths.
And yes,
that makes sense. That.
Yes.
Like I am terrified. I can't go head first into anything. When I had an MRI, they had to sedate me.
Interesting.
I can't. Claustrophobic, I guess, also ties into that. But yeah, just
I guess
can't
so,
be
yeah.
over open water. It makes me so anxious.
Interesting. Okay, I hear that.
You know what I'm scared of?
The dark.
No.
Okay, that was my guess.
Getting our Kickstarter to 20K in 20 minutes.
No, 16 minutes. The Velociraptors from Jurassic Park.
They're pretty scary. Yeah, they're also pretty tall.
They freaked me out so much as a kid that just I don't know what it is. I like see them like I remember like there was a Jimmy Neutron episode where like one ran across the screen and I like cried.
Aww.
I was always scared of the part where the T-Rex steps on the car and it starts sinking into the mud. That's a nightmare.
That kid at the beginning who says a 6-foot turkey doesn't sound very scary has clearly never met a turkey.
Yeah.
Agreed. Birds are dinosaurs and they've never forgotten it. I just saw there was a video on Reddit today of a duck chasing down a heron that was trying to eat its babies. They're dinosaurs.
There, I made our Kickstarter countdown classy. For once, I did something that's not heinous.
Oh, our Kickstarter countdown, yeah, that's quite.
Yeah, I mean it fits. It seems very fitting. It's like very
fancy.
I'm learning things.
Aren't we all?
Maybe.
And that is the real message.
I just hope everybody enjoyed us being idiots and talking. Having
Look,
a party.
Normally,
who doesn't like a party?
Normally, I would try to structure these things, but we're just starting out, and I'm tired.
I mean, look,
Friday night.
Spike already fired all of us, so
That's
it's okay.
True.
Now I'm just waiting for my severance.
Oh,
pay,
but she forgot to take the office keys from me.
Maybe this is why we're having the party in the office.
As assistant editor, I have the keys to the liquor cabinet. Let's have a good time.
I like that in this situation, the office is the YouTube account.
It is.
I mean, basically, yeah.
I have access to Google actually, no, I don't have that much power.
Kick out the jam. Party.
Choked on a cough
Joe,
drop.
I
How
hope you'll
ironic.
understand this. I'm one of those people that I collect vinyl records because I always thought it would be cool to have like a party and everybody comes over and sees your great party records. But I hate having parties.
Oh, okay. I understand that though.
Spike says insurrection. You fired us already.
Yeah. It's, look, I already got my pink slip.
You should have waited till we went home.
See, Andrea, where I thought you were going to go with that is that I thought that you were going to say, like, I like having vinyl records so that way when I throw a party, at some point, if someone undesirable shows up, we can do the whole record scratch up.
Oh. It's funny you say record scratch because we were looking for a copy of Funkadelic's Maggot Brain, which Eddie Hazel, a god. We found a U.S. pressing that the guy was selling for like really cheap, and it's because the Maggot Brain side of the record had been used as a Coke mirror and was just shredded.
Shit.
Managed to find like a German pressing for for a lot cheaper, but we saw the side too, and we were just like, oh my god, it's pristine. And he's like, you got to flip it over, and it's just Looks like somebody took a hacksaw to it.
I've never listened to a vinyl.
Ever?
I didn't for a really long time.
Okay.
I've never been in the presence of an active vinyl player. Record player?
I had to learn how to use it. Somebody taught. I almost dated an audiophile for a little bit, and he was trying to hit on me by showing me records, which is fine. I had a great time.
Yeah, I mean, like it's a move. Like it's.
But the way that I always consider it is it's kind of like an event. It's almost like putting on a movie because you have to engage with it at least a little bit.
Right.
I typically try not to skip around in my records. If I play an album, it's normally front to back. It's like putting a concert on.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. And also, like I mean, it is also it is entirely a different experience in general. And like not to get to like not to put on my monocle or like to twirl my hips or mustache about it, but I do think that there is I do think that both there is an auditive distinction between the format in which you're listening to something. I do think that it makes a difference, and also for what it's worth. There are some. I'm going to call them art because that's what some of them are. That's what some of them are. That's what some of them are. There are some pieces of art that were created specifically with the medium in mind. Yeah. So there are a lot of.
I never knew. Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The Guns N' Roses album "Appetite to Destruction." I never knew that the vinyl version, side 1 is Guns and side 2 is Roses, and they actually themed it so that the opening part of the first half of the record is like all heavy and hard, and then when Paradise City starts, it's just having a good time and partying.
My Michelle, actually, it's like because the Guns side is all party stuff, which is why it ends with Paradise City, and then the R side is the Roses, which is mostly the ballads, which is why it starts with My Michelle and it ends with Rocket Queen, and that. Anyways, we don't have to get into that. Anyways, but the other thing that I was going to throw into that is like it's just to solidify my point even further. There's a story that I'm pretty sure that is very popular now, so pardon me for getting a little rampy about it. But like when they were writing that album, this was around the time when surround sound and stereos were becoming very popular, and there was this new technology that some of the members were taking into consideration of like maybe we should record in this different format in order for it to be more bombastic. And it was Slash, the one who said like my problem with that technology that you're talking about is that it requires 5 speakers, and I would prefer for us to record in a way that anyone can listen to it in their boombox, which is why they recorded it that way. And he had a point, because he was trying to not that surround sound didn't become popular enough, but he was taking into consideration that he was going to make music that it was for a specific demographic and not just anyone who has an amazing sound system. Like that's not who it's for. And I think, and I think that does matter. And I mean, like in multiple art forms, which is why I'm using that language. It's like there's a lot of records out there, predominantly in like the 60s and the 70s, that were taking advantage of new recording technologies specifically for vinyl. And when you hear that, in vinyl, it does sound completely different than the way it sounds compressed to a CD. And again, not to get snob about it, but like some of those distinctions are lost because it just doesn't translate. And nowadays, I do think that there are several musicians who also take that into consideration. So, anyways, we're having a party.
There's 9 minutes left to this party.
8 minutes and 33 seconds.
Yeah.
I always compare it to reading a book reading a book online and then reading a book in your hands.
Totally.
You enjoy book experiences, but sometimes I'm in the mood for one, sometimes I'm in the mood for the other.
Spike would like.
I just saw
confetti.
I just gotta.
Do you not like the fun we're having?
Well, no, she wants to see the confetti.
Having a good time with the kids. Hello, fellow youths. Do you enjoy comic books? Or have I got them for you?
I'm just gonna roll over.
And yeah, like and that's another thing of like.
Let me turn off the fire real quick.
There are a lot of comics out there that are like specifically online comics that are done specifically for online. That when it comes time to like, oh, let's turn it into a book, it's like, how do we do that? and vice versa. Like there are some books out that were made specifically for print that it's, that takes into consideration the turn of the page, the double page spread, and so on and so forth. And I do think that it adds to the experience, of the form in which, something is being told. And it's
I'm always a sucker for really nice presentation, so I've upgraded most of my comics throughout the years to like the best looking edition.
Mm-hmm.
Most of my stuff is library edition or better. I'm just a sucker for a hardcover with a nice dust jacket. I love it.
Because it matters. Ugh.
I'm so excited about this Kickstarter, y'all. I'm just pleased as punch that we got the enamel pin unlocked. We got the book plate, which I think looks great. Super excited.
I like you say that. I like how you say that like someone's going to disagree. I think it looks great. I don't care what y'all think.
I'm just very self-centered is all.
This would be a great time.
Amanda, what was your favorite part of the book?
Probably when Carmen was very obviously changing her appearance to match Andrea's room.
That's a good scene.
Yeah, it was very... I liked her, like, looking around me and like, oh, okay, all right, I see how it is. And changing her...
This starts to place in. Is it like mid-90s? Early 2000s?
No, it's modern day.
It's the current time. They got phones and everything.
It's true.
Liam has made his deal with Carmen 100 years ago, and he does talk about World War One.
That's true.
The Great War.
Yep.
I really felt bad for him. Poor kid. I'd have done the same thing. I'd have done it 100%.
Oh, look at that! Oh, oh wow, this is trippy. Well, I guess I don't have.
What Jurassic Park is Spike talking about? Volcanoes.
What about you, Kat? Do you have a particular?
There is. I think she's talking about a Jurassic World.
Don't know.
My favorite part of the book is, oh no, my actions have consequences. That's why I wanted to read that scene when we did our dramatic reading.
Yeah. Yeah, we did a live reading about.
Really fun. We're breaking into the factory.
Listen, I just like it when bad guys make fun of good guy characters.
All right, the countdown and the web. I can't have both loaded. The countdown has to go. That's fine. Goodbye, countdown.
Oh.
Exciting. Oh.
Do you think that we're in the countdown that might be the...
It's the final countdown.
I'll leave and I won't come back. Oh, bye.
All right.
Oh.
Mom's left to the party. Bring out the booze.
I will not come back.
You're popping champagne.
Andrea.
Crystal? Can I get Crystal these days?
Yeah, you can get Cristal, like the champagne.
Yeah. I always wanted to try it when I was a kid. It looked so fancy.
Cristal just makes me think of the Boondocks joke where the lady introduces herself. My name's Cristal. He goes, like the champagne? And he goes, Cristal, like the champagne. That sounds like a stripper name. Cristal, like the champagne. Might you be a stripper?
It's funny because I was thinking of the Archer scene.
Woefully. What season of Archer?
I think it's in the first one.
I just love the fact that the guy who does the voice of Archer is the same guy who does the voice of Bob on Bob's Burger, who also did
He's
the
also
voice
Coach
of
McGurk.
Yes! I remembered! It's on Hulu. They just added it. I don't know if I can go back and rewatch home movies. I don't know.
What I think is fun is apparently there's a Japanese fandom of King of the Hill that has very strong subs versus dubs conversations.
I love the Japanese sub of King of the Hill clip on YouTube where he's trying to teach Bobby how to smoke a cigarette. Oh, Love it.
Nope, my mistake. I was confusing that. Yeah, it is from the Boondocks.
Yep.
I got that wrong.
How could you?
Let's see. Until the confetti. Oh, 2 more minutes.
Yeah, 2 minutes, like the band.
Look at my mouse, it dances.
Oh, it does? Wait, what dances?
My mouse, it's because I'm wiggling it.
Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you were like, I thought you said my mouth had went, and so I thought you can get your emoji to do that. You can get your avatar to do that.
No, I am not so talented. No.
Oh, you do some animation. Like it's.
Speaking of animation, I really liked your trailer for Stars Hide Your Fire. I thought it was beautiful.
Yeah.
And Kel's report.
109 seconds.
Is that longer than usual or how?
Huh? No, I'm just counting down.
Oh, I thought that's how long I thought that's how long the trailer was and how much animation you did.
I don't fucking know.
You don't really time. Yeah, there you go.
Like I timed the hours I work, but that doesn't necessarily mean every hour was animating. Some of it's play, pause, play, pause, play, pause, play, pause. No, drag this closer here. There's a lot of dragging things on a timeline. Like I animated the flowers. Actually, no, in this one I didn't animate the flowers, and normally I would animate in live 2D cubism, but I've instead animated these in DaVinci Resolve because I realized I just wanted to flip and scale them, so I animated them and then I kept layering them. Oh, after I made one big animation, I just kept layering them.
Well, it looks great.
I'm glad.
It's magic. I don't know how you do it.
Yeah. So yeah, you might as well be chanting in Latin, sitting on a pentagram for all I know.
Computers.
Oh, look at that! We got 25 seconds.
25. More money.
Yeah, get those dollars in.
The number go up, but the one number goes up, but the other goes down. I'm confused. Here we go.
Conspiracy.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Confettis! Yay! Oh, that's adorable. Holy shit.
Hooray!
Yeah! That's fucking adorable.
Thank you for your money.
That's fucking adorable. Yay! Has closed with 829 backers, $16,303.32 of a $5,000 goal. Yee! Yay!
First Kickstarter of the year, crushed it.
Oh, was this the first Kickstarter of the year?
Yep.
Yeah,
nice. Well, what a great start.
Leading with the best right out the gate.
Yep, and this is also the first time I've tried this whole social media onslaught.
How are you liking it?
Interesting. I think streaming's fun. It's really hard to get personable when you're promoting something. To be like, retweet it again, and let me retweet it again. So, like, streaming, I think, will be a fun thing to add on to our
That's why
toolkit.
Joe and I have been streaming on Wednesdays.
Yeah, but, like, I think it'd be good for future, like, books, because not all of the people we're going to have books for stream. So, having a stream to help promote things would be cool.
I've also had fun playing Crusader Kings on Twitch with Bones. That's been fun.
Give me a second.
They are really cool.
Well, another one in the can. What are we up to now?
Hitting the can. No. Wait, what?
Trying to figure out how many Kickstarters we've done. 29. The next one we do, we'll break 30. Hot dog.
Yeah, right. It's about to. So yeah. And thanks to everybody who helped us create.
Thanks for coming.
Yeah, thanks everyone for being here. Do y'all want to keep hanging?
Where the good Lord split you.
So do we want to keep hanging out for a little while? Like I'm down for hanging out, but I don't know if
hang out. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if anybody needs to get to dinner. I know that people are in different hours of the day. Like it's a different time.
As the only East Coast person, I might have to dip just because it is very late and I have not had dinner. Amanda,
I did what?
Had a lovely time.
We're representing 3 of the time zones in this country, so
hey.
Gotta feed the boy, loudmouth.
The cat or the husband?
It was a lovely time. Thank you, everyone, for coming. Thank you for giving us your money.
Yeah. Thank you for being here. And,
thanks for hanging out.
For supporting the book. Yay.
Like and subscribe.
Remember, Big Tex is always watching.
No, thank you. I'm gonna have nightmares now. Good night, y'all.
Good night. That was funny. Whew.
I'm not done yet.
Oh no, I know that we're still here.
Yeah, we're still live.
Yeah, we're still live. We can tell the internet all about our other stuff. So, just because one left doesn't mean the party has to end.
I'm playing the Pacific Rim theme.
Crank it.
Yep.
Oh, we can't hear it. Oh. That's... I have my YouTube on mute.
Okay, I'm done. I'm done torturing everyone.
I'll play this on the back end later. Maybe while I make dinner.
Well, I actually do have to boogie. I have work to do.
Alright, we'll get your rambles on. Well, thank you everyone for being here. Thank you for hosting us, Amanda.
You're welcome. This is fun, and I look forward to doing more shows. They won't all be chaotic. I just am in a mood. I'll try to be professional.
I hope Iron Circus rehires you after being fired for throwing a party and acting like we weren't one.
Look.
All right.
Bye-bye.